Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So we are going to read from Srimanaha Siksa, Splendid Instructions to the Mind by Raghunath Das Goswami. And now we are embarking on the four prominent verses to enlighten us the subtle material attachment that we carry. It will be exploded. So this is very nice. So today we'll be reading verse number 4. First I will read the meaning of that verse, and then we will read, dwell on the commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. O mind, abandon the prostitute of mundane talks, who plunders all intelligence. Do not listen at all to the stories of the tigress named Mukti, liberation, who devours all souls. Moreover, also give up attachment to the husband of Lakshmi, Sri Narayana, who only leads one to Vaikuntha planet. Instead, here in Braj, show Shri Radha and Krishna, who give one the jewel of their own love. So we will read little from Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhajan Darpan commentary. Mati Sarvashva Harani Asat Varta Rupa Vaishya. Mundane gossip is like a prostitute who plunders the treasure of the heart. Just as prostitute takes away wealth and everything else from an immoral person, material gossip plunders one's intelligence. The only wealth of a living being is discriminating intelligence that has spiritual attainment as the goal of life. In contrast, any material gossip in relation to sense enjoyment or any kind of connections to sense enjoyment is all temporary and useless. You know, these instructions are similarly, we should dwell what we read also. First verse of Srimanaha Siksa tells us to identify who we are. And once we identified ourselves, Jwere Swarupa Hai Krishna Re Nitya Das, that we are eternally servant of Krishna. Then the Acharya take us to verse number 2. Once you realize your constitution position, you should work on single-pointedly, single-mindedly. You should execute to remain as a eternal servant of Krishna through all the activities, mind, words, and actions. Then third verse describe, if you want to have single-pointed attention for the main goal of our life, you need to have the culture around us. Our life should be molded in such a way that enhances to grow closer to Krishna. And now all other impediments our Acharya will dwell from 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 up to 8. But 4 is main. Similar approach we see in Rupa Goswami. He has given us the nectar of instructions. What is the first verse? Vacho vegam manasaha krodha vegam. All kind of demands of the senses We need to become free. And then the second verse is Atyahara prayasascha, right? Prajalpo niyamagraha, janasangascha lolyamcha, sadbhi bhakti vinakshayati. That if you want to have single-pointed concentration for the goal of life, we must give up eating more than necessary or collecting more than necessarily, endeavoring for the mundane things that are very difficult to attain. That's why we struggle so hard. And then talking unnecessarily, which has no relations with Krishna. Practicing rules and regulations, not to perfect our life, but there are some inherent enjoyment tendencies that has to be rooted out. Associating with worldly-minded persons and being greedy for mundane achievement, that's very similar to Manahasiksha instructions over and over. So we should really see, if we want to remain single-minded, these are the instructions our Acharya has given. And we should analyze our day-to-day life to see that how much we fall into those categories, what part of our life that we are living according to the instructions of our Acharyas. That will give us real positions where we are in our devotional practice. Very important, very important. And actually in Nectar of Instructions, the verse number 2 that I cited, the translation, just the meaning of the 6th thing that we should avoid, has the biggest purport. Prabhupada has written. Why? Because it's so essential. Until we get rid of these things, no matter what we do, we won't create the taste for chanting the holy name. That's the result, ultimate. And we see we struggle, right? Even waking up, why it's so hard, I don't understand. If you are single-pointedly, your goal in the life is to attain the love of Krishna. For the mundane thing, we are giving away 25 years of our life studying that so we can have a nice job. But which is a very valuable jewel, love of Krishna, we have no determination. You never go to work 1 hour late. They will fire you. But because you like the green note, you will follow very nicely. But when it comes to chanting, we become lazy. Laziness. That's the symptoms of Kali Yuga. Be aware. When you become unsteady in your devotion, Maya Devi is working on you. Remember this thing. Don't think that Maya cannot attack you. One day you may leave this ISKCON if you don't realize this fact. So thank you very much. Krishna is so kind to wake us up safe and sound, so let's give our attentions to chant the holy name with complete attention. Hare Krishna.